So did Ben Shapiro tell Candace Owens to quit? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Ben Shapiro responding to Candace Owens and Candace Owens responding to him. Now, what's going on here is that there's a spat between the two of them over the whole issue of Israel, some things that Candace Owens said that Ben Shapiro didn't like, and some things that Ben Shapiro said about Candace Owens that she doesn't like. Now, a little bit of context. Ben Shapiro is part owner of the Daily Wire alongside his friend Jeremy Boring. Candace Owens works for and or with the Daily Wire. She does her show over there, puts her content out over there. I'm sure there's a contract involved, and there's a lot of money that exchanges hands between the two of them. There probably was an issue before between Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens because of the whole Kanye West kerfuffle, which is a different story. And for now, I digress. I covered the whole issue before, and I showed some of what she said, some of what he said. Now let's look at the follow-up. So here are some tweets. First and foremost, that's what we got to get into right here. So Candace posts this without directly talking to Ben Shapiro, without tagging the minute she just posted. She says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are the persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." Now, this is scripture. This is biblical scripture. So nobody should be offended at biblical scripture. I've never seen a scripture get quoted, get written, and then somebody get offended. But hey, I guess there's a first time for everything. And then right below that, she writes, "Christ is King." Now, Ben Shapiro saw that and apparently got offended, because here is his response. "Candace, if you feel that way, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit." So he's telling her right here, hey, man, that's how you feel about a Daily Wire? All right, man, go ahead and quit then. Don't even take our money. Just go ahead and quit. Now, what Ben Shapiro won't do, in my humble opinion, is outright fire Candace, because that's all bad. Two main reasons. First of all, I am sure there's a contract and there's probably millions of dollars on the line. You know, the whole Stephen Crowder kerfuffle, he was trying to get 120 M's, and then they were offering 50 M's. I'm sure that Candace Owens is a bigger draw than Stephen Crowder. These are really both big giants in their industry, really big audiences, people that love them, really, really big stars in the political movement, in the commentary movement. They're big. But I think Candace Owens might be a slightly bigger draw than Stephen Crowder. So if they were going to give him 50 M's on the contract, I'm sure that she could make a lot more than that. All right. And if she doesn't, if there's a contract renegotiation, she'd most certainly get more. So there's contracts involved. But second, you have the whole issue of PR. If you fire Candace Owens because she said some things about Israel that you didn't like, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. Now, before I go any further into it, let's check out Candace Owens responding to all this on video. And if you want to see this without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
The internet was dominated yesterday by video of Ben Shapiro, who you work with at the Daily Wire, I think it's fair to say, attacking you. Here's the video. I just want to get your reaction to it.
Yes, the question is about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this has been disgraceful. Without a doubt. Yeah, she still works for my company. And I think she's been absolutely disgraceful. I think that her faux sophistication on these particular issues has been ridiculous. It's not faux sophistication, it's ridiculous. Everybody can see the moves that she's making and the things that she's saying, and I find them disreputable.
So maybe there's a point in the video where he explains what exactly you did wrong and how you were wrong. I haven't seen it. But to call somebody, quote, absolutely disgraceful, particularly a coworker, seems like a pretty big step. And I really don't know the background here. What is that about?
There isn't much of a background. I saw the video when everybody else saw it when I woke up.
No one warned you about it.
Nobody warned me about it. It looks like maybe he didn't know he was being recorded. It looks like it was some sort of a private event.
Let's pause right here. Now, I'm going to defend Candace. Of course, I'm a biased person, I suppose. I appreciate Candace more than Ben Shapiro. I've met her many times. A very, very nice person. Always looked out for me. Always had my best interests. Just a really genuine person. I don't know Ben Shapiro. I've never met him before in my life. So maybe I'm biased toward Candace. But what I'm going to say here is going to make sense. I think he did know that he was being recorded because there's another angle of this same situation, and the angle was like right in front of him. So he knows he was being recorded. And Ben Shapiro's a smart person. He knows if he says something like this at an event and there's phones out, that it can get out to the public. And then he was basically telling her, hey, go ahead and quit. So I think he knows, but I digress.
Got no clarity on the issue that he was particularly speaking on. And in what was said, I can't respond to it beyond what he's saying because it's just ad hominem attacks. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's not, we disagree, or I don't think she's correct, or maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, exactly. And so I can't respond to it on a level of intellect because there's nothing that he has expressed in that, at least in that short clip, that he fundamentally disagrees with in terms of what I said. But I will say that I'm not going to respond with the same ad hominem attacks. Yes. I don't think it helps further discussion. And if that was me that was caught on a video saying that about colleagues that I work with, I would be embarrassed. So I think that the video speaks more to Ben's character than it speaks to mine.
Has he texted you to apologize or explain or anything?
No, nothing. I haven't heard a single word. It just was sort of something that he said. And you know what? Ben and I have many disagreements, so I don't think that that's particularly something that's interesting. We disagreed on the COVID vaccine. We disagree on Ukraine and Russia. He has taken virtually every stance that has been the opposite of mine on every issue over the last 5 years. So I don't think that that's particularly remarkable.
Vaccine. Really, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, he was pro the COVID vaccine. I was anti the vaccine.
I remember that very well. He was like, Ben Shapiro is kind of a liberal guy. If you look at him and see some of the major issues, C-19, the vaccine, Donald Trump, a lot of things he's been very liberal on. He's been more aligned with leftists than not, in my opinion.
We were all idiots for not getting the vaccine. So that's totally fine. I am totally open to people having a difference in opinion.
Right.
I would hope that amongst colleagues that it would always be a civil disagreement. And I would never in a private event stand on a table and talk badly about Ben.
It's a little weird. So he was on the left on those three biggest issues of our time, is what you're saying?
He has converted his opinions. He's accepted responsibility. He said, I was wrong about the vaccine.
Oh, good.
He is, obviously pro-pharma. His mom's a doctor. And I say to people, I'm very aware of my perspectives on big pharma, and I talk about it on my show openly. And I think that that's a tremendous credit to the Daily Wire that they allow a difference of opinions. But I would, as I said, hope that it would remain respectful and that you wouldn't throw your colleagues under a bus, so to speak,
I think that's fair. And just for clarity, because I really don't know, is he your boss?
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about Ben's involvement. He's not the CEO of the Daily Wire. He is not making the day-to-day decisions of the Daily Wire. And I do want to make it very clear because people are like, how could you possibly stay at Daily Wire after this? I have a very good relationship with the co-CEOs of the Daily Wire. Especially right now, the acting CEO is Caleb Robinson. He's a wonderful person. He's worked very hard to be where he's at. We have a lot in common that we connect on. And so people don't get to see that, which is unfortunate. Ben lives in Florida. He's not a part of the day-to-day movement of the Daily Wire. The rest of the hosts have their shows situated in Nashville.
I wonder why he lives in Florida and doesn't live in Nashville. Is he backing away from the Daily Wire? What's really going on with that? Why does he live in Florida? That's kind of a strange thing because I believe he's from LA, California, and then Daily Wire is in Nashville. So what's he doing in Orlando, Miami, Tampa, wherever he lives? It's kind of strange.
So we see each other every day. We talk. There's great camaraderie. And there's actually more agreement. There's actually a lot of people that are, as I describe myself, just pro-America first. And I think I've been that way consistently throughout my political career. Whether people agree with it or not in different moments is up for debate. But I don't want that video to become a reflection of how the Daily Wire works and the Daily Wire operates, because I have had a very good experience with the CEOs and, love Michael Knowles, love Matt Walsh, Andrew Klavan. We all get along really great.
Well, it certainly speaks well of the Daily Wire then. So it's not, a clip like that on the internet, oh, Candace Owens is out or something. That's not, doesn't sound like that's what it means at all.
Yeah, no, it's a, it's a small group of people. We see each other every day.
Right.
Brett Cooper is another one who just joined about 2 years ago. She's great. She's up and coming. And there's a lot of stuff that we're working on. And that's why I think this video is even more unfortunate, because people see him as a figurehead, rightfully so, of the Daily Wire. And it allows people to, speak energy into the Daily Wire that isn't necessarily there, because he's not there on a day-to-day basis.
Okay,
very, very interesting. Shout out to Candace Owens. Personally, I'm Team Candace all day long. I know some may disagree, some may feel different, but really, as I close, I'm going to say this. She didn't say anything wrong. Her thing was just about being consistent, being the same. If I'm against foreign war, if I'm against drone striking kids, if I am against the United States getting involved and sending money and whatnot to foreign nations over our own, why would I change because of Israel? Why would it be different? If I said that about Ukraine, Taiwan, anywhere in the Middle East, why would I change for Israel? I don't understand. Just be consistent. Say the same thing. It's really weird. Her being consistent and saying the same thing about any nation on planet Earth does not make her an anti-Semite or a racist. I understand Ben Shapiro, obviously Jewish, has a strong connection to this particular issue, and maybe he wants to abandon some of his principles for this issue, and that's okay. That's fine, but let's just say that. Just say you're making an exception rather than trying to call somebody an anti-Semite, rather than trying to say they're being reprehensible, despicable, and all this, that, and the third. But as I close, I want to say this. Ben Shapiro may understand, I think I understand, and I think everybody understands that Daily Wire needs Candace Owens more than Candace Owens needs Daily Wire. That's a fact. She's a star. She's the biggest draw probably out of any conservative commentator in the world. Y'all most certainly need her. You might want her to quit so you can have the PR offer you back, and you can continue to go to these fundraisers and get money from some of your friends who may also have interest in this particular foreign nation. Maybe you want to do that. But ultimately, you really don't want this to end. The Kanye thing didn't end it. This probably won't either. So, having said all that, you probably shouldn't be going to these private dinners talking crazy about Candace Owens to get money and then having the video leak online and making your whole company look ridiculous. That's not good PR either. That's almost as bad as the PR you would get from outright firing Candace Owens. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Candace Owens said or what Ben Shapiro said, the back and forth on Twitter, the video and everything else? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm Team Candace all day long. Yes, I am biased. I really appreciate Candace and what she does for the movement. Every time I met her, she's always been very nice, very kind, just a very pleasant person, a good person. Ben Shapiro, I don't know. But from what I'm seeing, I don't get a good impression. That's just my opinion. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.